दोस्तों नमस्कार. Welcome to our YouTube channel Open Secret. This is your friend Ashish Chand. Friends, continuing with our last 3 chapters of this series, Persona. We have covered you, we have covered be like this, and we have started filling up the gap in between these two, between you and what you will be like. What are the problems, So in our last video, we were talking about this gap, a very important gap. And when discussing that, we went into talking about Kabir Das ji. And I told you that Kabir Das ji is most important to be understood because you can relate yourself with him and you will find that if he could, you have the best opportunity. Friend, Joe, whatever we discussed about Kabirji last time, I think you should remember, you should recall, you should revisit if you have missed, that story about Kabir Das Ji's and the grocer and his wife. I think we ended there. To continue from it, I am remembered of that little incident of our Krodimal. That great business tycoon, Krodimal. I hope you remember, but you should remember. He represents our time's great, Krodimal went to a house party, big party, very rich people. Many people left, and on the second half of the night, that rich person's house was raided by the dacoits. They killed a lot, many of them fled. And this rich person's house, one lady, only she remained. She was raped by these 2-3 gangmen, and now even they had left. This lady somewhat bruised, and she was crying, weeping, helpless, broken. She was in tears, very bad shape. There was nobody in the house. When Krodimal came out of the hiding, this lady immediately relieved, said, "Good, you came. Thanks God. Please and she was weeping. Friends, our Mr. Shri Krodimal ji started opening his pants and said, "Sorry lady, today is a very unfortunate night for you. Things are very bad." Now, we talk of Kabir Das ji and we talk of Krodimal. Friends, have you heard about these mummies of Tibet? You might have heard. Let me tell you in short. Tibet was generally lot many saints from Buddhist followers, Buddhist monastery, you know, in those period around 2000 years from now. And even then, lot of dacoits and such elements used to attack the northern Tibet from the mountains of China. Even then. So these Tibetan monks or the Buddhist monks, यहाँ वहाँ की बात क्यों करें इंडियंस, मैं तो यही कहूँगा. They used to say prayers and they did beautiful wonder, and it is scientifically known and proven and things like that. Today the science has records of them. If you reduce the amount of oxygen in your body slowly, systematically, quietly, silently, of course, your body physically turns into stone. So this had been the tantric vidya, and many thousands maybe of these Buddhist monks used to sit in these little, not caves also, stone platforms, and facing towards this China, and go into this kind of samadhi. They used to tie one piece of cloth in their neck and tie it with a stone up there, and slowly they went into samadhi, and this oxygen in their bodies, intake of oxygen was reduced, and they turned into mummies. This was the Indian answer to the Egyptian mummies. उतने लेप की, ऑइंटमेंट की, उतने पिरामिड्स की कोई ज़रूरत नहीं थी. And even of late, till 200 years or 300 years back, hundreds of such mummies were thrown, broken in this area. Many hundreds in a row, in a line, sitting mummies, and scientifically it was proven, and the world came to know of Indian response to Egyptian mummies. The onslaught of China on these mummies, Indian mummies. So it was the thought that time that if you do prayers and if you sit in the name of whatever God you believe in, supreme you believe in, you will be benefited. And ये तो आप जानते ही हैं कि till now China has officially not been able to come over Tibet, ठीक है. Dalai Lama is staying in India and those things, but it is said that 75% of present China is occupied, and that way कुछ power तो रही होगी Indian systems में. Why I'm telling you, it is parallel to, you have to, you can be, you are literates, you are gurus, you can understand, you can drive out. And today, let us say we are somewhere here, that on one side we have the human mummies of Tibet, scientific and spiritual and adhyatmic and power of silence and the power of prayer and meditation and those things. And on other side, we have people in our country these days who are said to have sex with dead female bodies buried in the inside the earth, and they are caught. There are TV interviews. There are, and they agree. Okay, mind itna kharab ho chuka hai, khatam ho chuka hai. They agree. Then we have got great judiciary system. एक बंदा कहता है कि इंडिया को चिकन नेक कट ऑफ कर दो, कर देंगे, we will, and for years Indian Jewish system will keep on, they will be, and he will be a hero. And he is still there. Friends, professionals, as professionals, the burden is on you all. Okay. कबीर दास जी की बात को भी खत्म करते हैं, जल्दी से अब आगे बढ़ते हैं. Okay. Kabir Das ji, in his that famous bhajan which I told last time also, he says Ram is in 4 forms. एक राम दशरथ का बेटा, दूजा घट घट में बैठा, तीजे राम का सकल पसारा, चौथा सबसे न्यारा. So the second version of Ram itself is in each one of us. And third one is Sakal Pasara, cosmic. And the last one is Nirvanic, Sabse Nyara, about whom nothing is known, nothing can be said. And Kabir ji goes on to say, Mala japu na kar japu. Mala, probably dictating the Hindu way of prayer, and kar japu probably dictating the modern way of. Mala japu na kar japu, mukh se kahun na Ram, Ram hamara hame jape, ham payo Vishram. What a friendship with, greatness, with the Supreme, ham payo Vishram. कबीर बहुत भटकया, मन ले विषय विराम, चालत चालत जुग भया, तिल के ओटे नाम. तिल के ओटे, besides, nearby, underneath the til, the eyes stone, motiya, इसे हम कहते हैं. Ram is there. मन ले विषय विराम. So it is for you, it is for us, it is for the professionals, it is for the gurus as we call ourselves, it is the greats as we think we are. That last time I told you, that the Ram is there. अब आप एक थिक लेयर बनाइए, डार्क लेयर बनाइए, बिग लेयर बनाइए, थिक वॉल बनाइए, एक फोर्ट्रेस बनाइए अपने भीतर. तिल के ओटे राम है. And when this Ram will rip you apart, then the pain will be known and nothing can be done. That you will have rebirth and continue like this. So the thing is, नियम यही है. लास्ट टाइम हमने नियम से शुरू किया था. Okay friends, to cut it short, let's go ahead now. Yes, we should go ahead. Now, when we talk of problems, samasya, friends, some of these samasyas are pertaining to you, and some of these samasyas are pertaining to the world which we have created or which we have got as our world. So, as professionals, they both are our problems. These both are to be understood first, dealt with, and then dealt with. So let me focus on the problems that is pertaining to you first. Let's have no doubts. So the first problem which I want to bring out is that we are eternally hungry. eternally hungry. Have you known anybody in your surrounding, in your family, in your circles, who is typically a bad character, not a good character? As simple as that, not respectful to the seniors, to our parampara, to our ways of living, to our, Eastern or Indian or cultural values, ethics. And have you seen that some youngsters, or not kids, youngsters, just being their followers, जस्ट बीइंग देयर फॉलोअर्स, ब्लाइंड फॉलोअर्स, उनके पीछे पीछे घूमने वाले, उनकी उनको प्रेज करने वाले, जस्ट बीइंग विद देम, सिंगिंग देयर ग्लोरीज फॉर रीजन बेटर नोन टू देम. सो अंडरस्टैंड, सतत भूखे हैं हम. क्या आप ऐसे हैं? ये आपके अंदर विचार करने की बात है. दिस इज टू बी थॉट वेल विद इन यू ओनली. डोंट मिक्स इट अप. Within yourself, are you that kind of a person, eternally hungry? And if you come across somebody who is big enough and who can benefit you, then you can, all norms, all values, all systems, all ethics are of no use. They can be forgotten, they can be broken, they can be done away with for your benefits to be there and for your hunger. That eternal hunger which never dies off. Are you that type? That is one of the basic problem which is being told here. And this is not a very, it's a very widespread, very widespread. I tell you example from one of the small factories, not very big factory. One of this entrepreneur, he one day in his office 50,000 rupees were lost, and somehow he got hold upon one of the workers who was that time getting 5,000 rupees salary per month. Now 5-6 friends of the locality, this locals, all this gathered and made a big and proved to करने में 2 मिनट लगते हैं, and proven that this 50,000 rupees has been taken by you, and you give our money back, otherwise this and that. Now one of our known worker, once again, he was the elder brother of this guy. He was called that this worker who was working with us, he went to his home and somehow arranged 50,000 rupees and got his brother out of this office. And heart of heart, he always kept on saying that no, he had not stolen at all. He did not know. But this gang of 5-6 businessmen, they created all the scenario to take 50,000 rupees from this poor family. This is the same category, eternally hungry. 50,000 rupees did not mean anything for them. But other than that, it was, trying to make somebody who is with you an object, a non-living thing. I-it relationship, He's nobody. He's nothing. We have told him. I have uttered. We say that you have taken this money, so better give it. And now since you have given, it's proven that we are so great. We can manage. We can take. This person, this entrepreneur, he also comes in the same category. Eternally hungry for pride that I have done, I have solved the case by lies or by force or by whatever. His ego, his mind is now very big that he has sought. And this businessman keeps on telling every 6 months or 1 year, he will repeat this story and tell that this is what we are, this is how we have managed. And that young boy, he keeps on telling even after this 10-20 years that no, my brother had not. But we managed because that time we got cornered. So this is like this. After some time, these businesses, they, khatam ho gaye, finished. That boy who was working with us, he worked with some other company, some other place. So he used to go to do some part-time job. By this time, he was a senior worker, skilled worker. Now, when he used to go to some other factory, all of these are my friends only. They know me. This fellow who always kept on saying that I am so simple, so good, so great, and I have given 50,000 rupees I managed for something which was only put upon me. Whenever he used to work part time for with other people, with some एक ही fraternity, same friends, he was total cunning, total cunning. So, if he has to get 1,000 rupees for 8 hours of working or 2 days of working for that amount of work, he will see to it that how he does minimum and gets more money for that. So money wise, we are eternally hungry, all of us. If you are that way, that time, know it's a big problem. Let's leave it here. Then another thing. हम सबको गंगा जी मिल जाती है. We live such a life in India that all of us come what may. Our purity, our sincerity, our greatness, our divinity, our being right, our being righteousness gets proven to us. In our heart, we know that we are the best, we are the purest, and other people are not good. This is major problem. Major problem. ये जो गंगा जी मीन्स दैट सैक्रेड रिवर, हम सबको गंगा जी मिल जाती है. ये if it is that there and you are not able to understand, you are not able to sort it out, you are not able to even recognize it is your problem, then nobody can save you. ये चीज this you to understand. In my life, many of my friends wanted to get into business. They went into business. So I was technical generally and they were non-technical people. Marketing, those things. And right from childhood, I knew one thing, that I am a very simple guy, so I have to understand the world, the cunning ways of the world. I used to present myself, and even now I am like that only. Long back, this fellow is now 100 crore rupees turnover business holder. When he started, mere whatever calculations he might have made way back in 84, 11,000 rupees उसने मुझे देने थे. And he told me midway on the crossing, Chan, now I have understood what machining is, what materials are. Why should I pay you now? Friend, I walked. I went out on my motorcycle, reached my home. That evening itself, his father, his wife, they cursed him so much that he came and told me and gave me that money. Not important. But we are like this. If you are like this, God can't save you. He is still my friend. गंगा जी में खड़ा है अभी तक. ऐसे बहुत सारे एग्जाम्पल्स हैं, मैनी एग्जाम्पल्स, बहुत सारे एग्जाम्पल्स हैं. वी फाइंड गंगा जी वेरी इजीली, बट फ्रेंड्स होता नहीं है. प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड विद इन योर सेल्फ. हैव यू बीन लाइक दिस? आर यू लाइक दिस? इफ यू आर लाइक दिस, better do something about it, otherwise you don't qualify. Your this life is done with. People can't help. They will spend lakhs on, New Year gifts or Diwali gifts of lousy gifts which nobody will even see. But if something can be help, even if somebody is asking even much lesser value, कुछ हो जाता है उनको, they cannot. फिर भी वो गंगा जी में खड़े. Hundreds, tens of examples like this. कुछ है, कुछ ईगो है, कुछ ब्लैक डार्क थिक लेयर है. मेरे को तो बहुत मिलते हैं, मैं तो फिर छोड़ता नहीं, सुना देता हूँ. Now this person, 500 crore turnover that time, trader. ठीक है, प्रोफेशनल, वेरी नाइस, वेरी वेल डन. Now family function में ही somewhere we were there, and the poor, comparatively, one of the youngest lads there was telling that, what business he is doing. He is this electric meters, sub meters in the homes. If you put 1 meter, or if you do some jewelry in 1 meter, you get paid 1,000 rupees. Like that he's doing, and he's doing some 20 meters in a month or something. He was telling about himself, bragging, this little boy. Now this 500 crore turnover wala big person, he looked at me and, see, these people, they can't come out of it. He's bragging of doing such a thing. कोई बात नहीं. Within 6 months, his spouse, this rich man's spouse, she managed some insurance for some of her medical problem, and managed that 20,000 rupees or 60,000 rupees out of insurance, medical insurance. And she is telling all her people in the family, मैंने तो ऐसे कर लिया, मैंने तो ऐसे मैनेज कर लिया. अब बताइए आप, 500 करोड़ का टर्नओवर, उसकी स्पाउस, उसका स्पाउस ऐसी बात कर रहे हैं. और are they not bragging? No, compare these two people from the same family. नहीं करेंगे. They get, they all get. गंगा जी हमें बहुत जल्दी मिल जाती है. So when talking of problems, we have talked only of, two problems. और what time हो गया, friends. One thing is that please look into yourself if you are an eternal beggar. Prostitute, call girl, and do something about it. And secondly, if you get Ganga Ji, come what may, but in heart of heart you are not worthy of having that sacred dip, please know it. Like this, these are mega problems. At the face of it, you remain great, cool, God, godly, Deva, divine, perfect, greatest of the society, world, not dependent, rich enough, taking care of yourself, giving alms. But in heart of heart, you are not qualified as a human being. So we will continue. We'll talk of problems. We'll discuss problems. Today, 1.5 points I have touched in short. Okay, thank you very much. May God be with us. Please see to it how we can enhance our viewership. Thank you so much. May God be with us. Thank you, friends.